Have you ever wondered if something as simple as a single spoonful of olive oil before bed could quietly transform your health overnight? It sounds almost too simple, but this small nightly habit may influence both your body and your mind in ways most people never consider. So, what really happens when you drink olive oil at night? Is it actually beneficial before sleep? How much should you take? And more importantly, is it truly safe to make this part of your routine? Let's break it down clearly and calmly, step by step, just like a doctor would explain it in a consultation. Olive oil has long been a cornerstone of the Mediterranean diet, a pattern of eating that has been studied for decades for its protective health effects. For centuries, it has also been used as a natural remedy for a wide range of conditions. Now, modern research is beginning to support what traditional practices have suggested for a long time. Some evidence indicates that taking a small amount of olive oil before bed may support several important functions in the body. Before we go further, it's important to keep one thing in mind. This information is educational. It is not a substitute for personalized medical advice. If you have any specific health concerns, or if you are managing an existing condition, you should always speak directly with your healthcare provider before making changes to your diet. Now, with that clear, let's begin with the first benefit, and arguably one of the most important: supporting your cardiovascular health. Heart disease remains the leading cause of death worldwide. That is not an exaggeration. It is a well-established global reality. Because of this, even small dietary habits that support heart health deserve serious attention. Olive oil, especially extra virgin olive oil, is rich in monounsaturated fats. These are considered healthy fats, and they play a direct role in regulating blood pressure and cholesterol levels. Unlike saturated fats, which can contribute to arterial damage, monounsaturated fats help maintain balance in your lipid profile. Several long-term observational studies conducted decades ago noticed something interesting. Populations living in Mediterranean regions had significantly lower rates of heart disease. This observation led researchers to investigate their dietary patterns more closely. What they found eventually shaped what we now call the Mediterranean diet. Today, this diet is widely recognized for its ability to reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease. People who follow it consistently tend to live longer. They also show a lower risk of dying from heart-related conditions compared to individuals following more processed or Western-style diets. In fact, many experts now consider it one of the most effective dietary approaches for preventive health. At the center of this diet is extra virgin olive oil. Its protective effects are not based on a single mechanism. They work through multiple pathways in the body. The primary fat found in olive oil is oleic acid. This is a type of monounsaturated fat that supports healthy cholesterol levels. It helps increase HDL cholesterol, which is often referred to as good cholesterol. This type of cholesterol plays a key role in removing excess harmful cholesterol from your bloodstream. At the same time, olive oil helps reduce LDL cholesterol, often called bad cholesterol. High levels of LDL can lead to plaque buildup in the arteries. Over time, this can restrict blood flow and increase the risk of heart attacks and other complications. Another important effect is its role in reducing inflammation. Chronic inflammation is a major contributing factor in the development of heart disease. By lowering inflammatory activity in the body, olive oil helps protect the cardiovascular system over the long term. There is also the issue of oxidation. When LDL cholesterol becomes oxidized, it can damage the lining of blood vessels. This damage is one of the early steps in the development of atherosclerosis. The compounds found in olive oil help prevent this oxidation process, offering an additional layer of protection. Olive oil also supports the inner lining of your blood vessels, known as the endothelium. A healthy endothelium improves circulation and allows blood to flow more efficiently. This reduces strain on the heart and helps maintain stable blood pressure. In addition, it plays a role in regulating blood clotting. Excessive clotting can increase the risk of heart attacks and strokes. The natural compounds in olive oil help keep this process balanced. Recent research has also highlighted the role of polyphenols. These are powerful antioxidants found in high-quality extra virgin olive oil. They may provide protection against a range of cardiovascular issues, including atherosclerosis, stroke, and even certain types of cellular damage linked to long-term disease. When you take a small amount of olive oil before bed, your body continues to process and utilize these compounds during the night. This is a period when your system is naturally focused on repair and recovery. Supporting it with the right nutrients at this time can enhance those processes. Now that we've covered how olive oil supports your heart, the next benefit moves into another critical area of health: your sleep quality. Sleep is not just rest. It is a critical biological process that affects almost every system in your body. When sleep is disrupted, the effects are not minor. They can accumulate over time and lead to serious health problems. Poor sleep has been linked to obesity, heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and even an increased risk of certain cancers. On the other hand, consistent and high-quality sleep supports mental clarity, emotional stability, and physical recovery. In simple terms, good sleep is essential for proper functioning the next day. Now, if someone struggles with falling asleep, staying asleep, or waking up feeling tired and unrefreshed, it becomes important to look at supportive habits. One such habit that is gaining attention is the use of olive oil before bedtime. Research suggests that olive oil contains oleic acid and omega-9 fatty acids. These compounds may play a role in supporting the body's natural sleep cycle. One of the key hormones involved in sleep regulation is melatonin. Melatonin controls the sleep-wake cycle. It signals to your body when it is time to rest and when it is time to wake up. A healthy melatonin rhythm is essential for falling asleep easily and maintaining deep sleep throughout the night. Interestingly, some studies indicate that olive oil may support the release or balance of melatonin in the body. This can help the natural transition into sleep without forcing the system. Compared to more refined oils like processed vegetable oils or sunflower oil, extra virgin olive oil retains more of these beneficial compounds. This is an important distinction. Refinement processes often remove or reduce natural antioxidants and bioactive substances. Extra virgin olive oil, however, preserves these elements. When consumed in small amounts before bed, olive oil may help the body shift into a more relaxed state. It does not act like a sedative. Instead, it supports the natural physiology of relaxation. This means the effect is subtle but meaningful. Your nervous system is not being forced into sleep. It is being gently supported toward a more stable rhythm. Many people describe this kind of support as feeling more settled at night. Not knocked out, not artificially drowsy, but naturally calm. And this is important because sustainable sleep health is not about sedation. It is about regulation. When your internal systems are balanced, sleep tends to improve on its own. Now, beyond sleep, olive oil also has noticeable effects on the body's largest organ, the skin. Skin health is often seen as a surface-level concern, but it is deeply connected to internal nutrition and inflammation levels. What you consume regularly can directly influence how your skin ages, heals, and functions. Olive oil contains powerful antioxidants that protect cells from damage. These compounds help reduce oxidative stress, which is one of the key drivers of premature aging. One of the main ways olive oil supports skin health is by improving elasticity. Elasticity refers to the skin's ability to stretch and return to its original shape. When this declines, skin begins to sag and form fine lines. Olive oil may support collagen production. Collagen is a structural protein that provides strength and firmness to the skin. Higher collagen levels generally mean healthier, more resilient skin. At the same time, olive oil helps reduce inflammation in the body. Inflammation is closely linked to skin problems such as acne, irritation, and early wrinkle formation. By calming inflammatory activity, olive oil helps maintain a smoother skin appearance over time. The antioxidants present in olive oil, including vitamin E and polyphenols, play a protective role. They neutralize free radicals, which are unstable molecules created by UV exposure, pollution, and stress. If left unchecked, free radicals can accelerate skin aging. By reducing their impact, olive oil helps slow down visible aging processes. This can contribute to a more youthful and healthier appearance over time. There is also evidence suggesting benefits for certain skin conditions. For example, people dealing with eczema or chronic skin irritation may experience some relief due to its soothing and anti-inflammatory properties. Because of these effects, some individuals incorporate olive oil into their nighttime routine. The idea is simple. At night, the body enters a natural repair phase. Providing supportive nutrients during this time may enhance recovery processes. Even a small amount before bed may help align with this nightly regeneration cycle. However, consistency and moderation are important. More is not always better when it comes to dietary fats. In the next section, we move from skin health into another major area where olive oil plays a role: weight management and metabolic balance. Weight management is not only about eating less, it is about how your body processes, stores, and uses energy over time. This is where the quality of fats in your diet becomes important, and olive oil plays a more interesting role than most people realize. One of the potential benefits of drinking olive oil before bed is its support for weight balance when used consistently and in moderation. Extra virgin olive oil is rich in monounsaturated fatty acids. These are healthy fats that behave differently from saturated or trans fats in the body. Instead of being rapidly stored, these fats are more likely to be used as a steady energy source. This helps the body maintain a more stable metabolic state. Another important factor is insulin regulation. Insulin is a hormone that controls how your body uses glucose for energy. When insulin levels are constantly high or unstable, the body is more likely to store fat, especially around the abdominal area. Some research suggests that olive oil may help support more balanced insulin activity. This does not mean it directly causes weight loss. Instead, it helps create conditions where weight management becomes easier for the body over time. Inflammation is another key factor in weight gain. Chronic low-grade inflammation is often linked with metabolic disorders and difficulty losing weight. Olive oil contains compounds that may help reduce inflammatory responses in the body. By lowering inflammation and supporting insulin stability, olive oil contributes indirectly to a healthier metabolic environment. There is also an important point about digestion speed. Healthy fats like those in olive oil digest more slowly compared to refined carbohydrates or sugary foods. This slower digestion helps prevent sudden spikes and drops in blood sugar levels. When blood sugar remains more stable, hunger signals are also more controlled. This can reduce sudden cravings, especially late at night or early the next morning. As a result, people may find it easier to avoid overeating or unnecessary snacking. However, it is important to be clear about one thing. Olive oil is not a weight loss solution on its own. It does not burn fat directly in a dramatic way. Instead, it supports metabolic balance, which may contribute to better long-term weight control when combined with a healthy lifestyle. Now, moving beyond metabolism, another interesting area of research is olive oil's potential role in cancer prevention. Cancer is a complex group of diseases and remains one of the leading causes of death worldwide. Interestingly, populations in Mediterranean regions tend to show lower rates of certain types of cancer. This has led researchers to examine dietary patterns closely, especially the role of olive oil. Olive oil is rich in antioxidants. These compounds help reduce oxidative stress in the body. Oxidative stress occurs when free radicals damage healthy cells over time. This kind of damage is believed to play a role in the development of many chronic diseases, including cancer. One of the key components in extra virgin olive oil is a group of polyphenols. These include compounds such as hydroxytyrosol and oleuropein. They have been studied for their biological activity in the body. One important effect is inflammation reduction. Chronic inflammation can create an environment where abnormal cell growth is more likely to occur. By helping reduce inflammation, olive oil may lower one of the risk factors associated with cancer development. Another area of interest is apoptosis. Apoptosis is the natural process where damaged or abnormal cells are programmed to die. This is a protective mechanism in the body. Some compounds in olive oil may support this process, helping the body remove potentially harmful cells more efficiently. There is also the concept of metastasis, which refers to the spread of cancer cells from one part of the body to another. Early research suggests that certain antioxidants in olive oil may make it more difficult for cancer cells to spread and invade healthy tissues. It is important to understand that these findings are still being studied. Olive oil is not a treatment or cure for cancer. However, it may be part of a dietary pattern that supports overall cellular health and reduces certain risk factors. So, when looking at olive oil from this perspective, its value comes from long-term protective effects rather than immediate results. Next, we move into another key benefit that connects directly with chronic disease prevention and daily comfort: its role in reducing inflammation throughout the body. Inflammation is one of the most important biological processes in the human body. In its normal form, it is actually protective. It helps your body fight infections and repair damaged tissue after injury. However, when inflammation becomes chronic, it turns into a problem instead of a solution. Long-term low-grade inflammation is linked with many serious health conditions, including heart disease, type 2 diabetes, joint disorders, and even some neurological issues. This is where dietary habits become extremely important, and olive oil stands out as a natural, supportive food. Extra virgin olive oil contains powerful antioxidants, especially polyphenols. These compounds give olive oil its strong anti-inflammatory properties. One of the most studied compounds in olive oil is oleocanthal. Interestingly, its effect on the body has been compared to mild pain-relieving medications. It interacts with inflammatory pathways in a way that may reduce discomfort and swelling. This does not mean olive oil works like a drug, but it does show that it has biologically active properties that influence inflammation at a cellular level. Another key component is oleic acid. This healthy fat helps reduce the production of certain inflammatory markers in the body. These markers are substances that the body releases when it is under stress or dealing with internal imbalance. When their levels are high for long periods, the risk of chronic disease increases. By helping regulate these markers, olive oil supports a more balanced internal environment. The benefits of reduced inflammation also extend to joint health. Many people experience joint stiffness, discomfort, or conditions like arthritis as they age. Regular intake of olive oil has been associated with improved joint flexibility in some studies. It may help reduce stiffness and ease discomfort, making daily movement more comfortable. This is largely due to its combination of anti-inflammatory compounds and healthy fats working together over time. There is also a connection between inflammation and bone health. Chronic inflammation can negatively affect bone density and strength. The nutrients in olive oil, particularly monounsaturated fats, may support healthier bone function when included as part of a balanced diet. Now, when olive oil is consumed before bed, these effects continue to work during the night. This is important because sleep is one of the body's main recovery periods. During this time, repair processes are more active, and inflammation control becomes especially relevant. By supporting the body with anti-inflammatory compounds before sleep, you may help optimize this natural recovery phase. Next, we move into a very common issue that affects a large portion of the population, especially with age: digestive health, specifically constipation relief. Digestive health plays a major role in overall well-being, yet it is often ignored until problems appear. One of the most common issues people face is constipation. It can happen for many reasons, including low fiber intake, dehydration, reduced physical activity, or even certain medications. This problem becomes more frequent with age. In fact, a significant number of older adults experience some level of constipation regularly, which can affect comfort and quality of life. Olive oil may offer natural support in this area. It is considered a gentle lubricant for the digestive system. When taken in small amounts, especially before bedtime, it may help improve bowel movement function the next day. The healthy fats in olive oil help soften stool and support smoother passage through the intestines. This can make bowel movements more regular and less uncomfortable. In addition, olive oil has anti-inflammatory effects in the digestive tract as well. This may help reduce irritation in the gut and support overall intestinal health. Interestingly, some studies suggest that olive oil can be as effective as certain mineral oil-based stool softeners for mild constipation relief. This makes it a natural alternative for people who prefer dietary approaches over medication in non-severe cases. Beyond constipation relief, olive oil may also contribute to long-term bowel health by supporting a healthier gut environment and reducing inflammation in the digestive system. Now, moving to another serious health concern, we look at stroke prevention. A stroke occurs when blood flow to the brain is disrupted. This can happen due to a blocked artery or, in some cases, bleeding in the brain. When oxygen supply is cut off, brain cells begin to die quickly, making stroke a medical emergency. Globally, stroke is one of the leading causes of death and long-term disability. Because of this, prevention strategies are extremely important. Research has shown a connection between olive oil consumption and a reduced risk of stroke. Its monounsaturated fats help improve cardiovascular health, which directly influences brain circulation. One of the key mechanisms is improved blood vessel function. Olive oil helps reduce inflammation in blood vessels, allowing smoother and more efficient blood flow to the brain. This improved circulation lowers the risk of clot formation, which is a major cause of ischemic strokes. Some large studies have found that people who regularly consume olive oil may have significantly lower stroke risk compared to those who rarely use it. This association remains strong even after adjusting for other lifestyle factors such as diet, exercise, and body weight. Additionally, olive oil contains polyphenols, which provide antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and antimicrobial benefits. These compounds further support vascular health and protect blood vessels from long-term damage. Even the timing of consumption may matter in small ways. Taking olive oil before sleep may provide the body with nutrients during a critical recovery period, when repair and regulation processes are active. Now, to answer the practical questions: is it safe to drink olive oil, and how much should you actually take? In general, consuming olive oil in moderate amounts is considered safe for most people. However, quality matters. Extra virgin olive oil is the preferred choice because it retains the highest levels of antioxidants and beneficial compounds. As for quantity, there is no strict medical dosage for this practice. However, most guidance suggests around 1 to 2 tablespoons per day if used intentionally for health support. It is important not to overconsume it. Too much oil, even healthy oil, can cause stomach discomfort or digestive upset in some individuals. Timing can also make a difference. Many people prefer taking it about 30 minutes before bedtime, or sometimes in the morning on an empty stomach. Both approaches aim to support absorption and digestion. A few simple guidelines are often recommended. Avoid heavy meals right before taking it, and give your body time to process it without immediately mixing it with other foods or liquids. In summary, olive oil before bed is often explored for several potential benefits. These include better sleep support, improved skin quality, metabolic balance, anti-inflammatory effects, digestive relief, and cardiovascular protection. It is not a miracle solution, and it should not replace medical treatment or a balanced diet. But when used thoughtfully, it can be a small, supportive habit within a healthier lifestyle. A simple daily routine, like taking a small spoon of extra virgin olive oil, may contribute to gradual improvements over time when combined with proper diet, sleep, and activity. And as always, the key is moderation and consistency, not excess. If you found this helpful, the next step is simply observing how your own body responds and adjusting accordingly with professional guidance when needed.